happily in position. Medals to be handed out by the Secretary General of the OCM, the Olympic Council of Malaysia, Datuk Muhammad Nasir Ali. Bronze medal, nothing to be ashamed of. It was a good tournament for Malaysia, but expectation levels are so high, particularly in the REGU. The mascots will be handed out by Tuan Haji Jais Abdul Karim, the Chairman of Integrity and Ethics, the Asian Sepaktakraw Federation, ISTAF. Keep those medals, boys, in years to come. You'll remember 2026 Kuala Lumpur. They will be hoping, of course, to go one better at the Asian Games and in future World Cups. Sepaktakraw very much high on the agenda of Malaysian sport. Of those who are successful. Our thanks to Tuan Haji Jais Abdul Karim and to Datuk Muhammad Nasir Ali. Men's REGU, bronze medal, Malaysia.
Thank you to Muhammad Nasir Ali, Secretary General, Olympic Council of Malaysia, and also thank you to Tuan Haji Jais Abdul Karim, Chairman of Integrity and Ethics, Asian Sepaktakraw Federation, ISTAF. Once again, congratulations. Give a big hand to Malaysia!
Photo opportunities for crowd and press alike.
Goes to Korea.
Korea Republic, second place for them. For Korea, they topped the group with 3 wins out of 3 against Philippines, Brunei and Chinese Taipei. That put them into a quarter-final against Japan, which they won by 2 sets to love, losing only to Thailand by 2 sets to 1. Really gave it a go, did Korea.
Once again, Chief Corporate Officer, to present the medal.
Medals presented by Mr. Nur Fadil Muhammad Ali, Chief Corporate Officer from Telecom Malaysia. And also the mascots handed out by Bapak Shazrul Bhakhtiar, Vice President of Asian Sepaktakraw Federation, ISTAF.
Our mascot, very good mascot. Our mascot for Visit Malaysia region is Wira and Manja.
So a beaten semi-finalist Korea, but again, real credit to them for getting onto the bronze medal tally.
And now goes to Korea.
Malaysia and Korea sharing bronze.
Thank you, Bapak Shazrul Bhakhtiar. Congratulations once again to Korea team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, first runner and second place for REGU event, please welcome Team Myanmar.
Runners-up Myanmar. Fine effort from Myanmar, topped up a really difficult group that included Vietnam and Indonesia. Won 2 and lost 1 of their games, but had a 5-2 set record to put them to the top of the table. They lost their one game against Indonesia 2-1, but beat both China and Vietnam. That was the crucial victory in the second match on Sunday. That got them through to the quarterfinals, Myanmar, where they saw off India, and then memorably saw off Malaysia earlier on this afternoon. Farid Kalim, the Deputy President of International Sepaktakraw Federation, and Azad Kaikandi, the Vice President of ISTAF, handing out the medals. Farid with the medals. Sohail Azad with the mascots. Congratulations to the team of Mintan Tu and Wintut, Tanzintun, Ongong and Yitet. The managerial trio of Mint, Win Tue. Cho Min So just getting his medal now. And Ong Myo Sui. Good team this. I expect them to be around for quite a while. They've already shown that they won the Asian Games and they pushed Thailand pretty close here. Thailand won in the end by 2-1. Got off to a great start in the second set in Thailand with a 7-0 lead, and that was too much for Myanmar to overcome. But in the REGU, it's a silver medal for them. Once again, our thanks to Sohaib Azad Kamkani and Mohammad Farid Kalim for handing out the prizes. Myanmar runners-up in the men's REGU.
And thank you, Sohaib Azad, Vice President ISTAF.
Nice trophies.
Thank you. Congratulations to Myanmar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the REGU event of the ISTAF Sepaktakraw World Cup 2020. Please welcome Thailand!
Thailand come through to regain the men's REGU. They lost it in 2024 here when they were beaten by Malaysia. Couldn't compete for it in 2025 in Patna, but they're now back on the winners' rostrum. For Thailand, victory over Myanmar in the final, victory over Korea in the semi-final. Tough games both. Prior to that, they beat Vietnam in the quarters. It wasn't an easy road in the group's three-team group where they got the better of India and Islamic Republic of Iran. Modi Anak Bimal, the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports Malaysia, to hand out the prize medals. Dr. Muhammad Somali Redwan, the Vice President of ISTAF, to hand out the mascots belatedly. Congratulations to Porntep at the end, to Tanapon and Chatupon Marukin, just picking up his award, and also Kritanapong Nontakutte, two Tekongs, the two strikers in the feed, and the managerial trio of Awachai Sri Suam, Narachit, Kalachan and Sahachat Sakon Charon. Gold once again for Thailand. Let's not forget the trophy. And there is your World Cup winners' medal. Thailand, champions of the men's REGU at the TM ISTAF Sepaktakraw World Cup 2026.
Congratulations! Thank you so much. Thank you to Muhammad Modiana Bimong, the Minister of Youth and Sports Malaysia, and thank you to the Muhammad Somali Redwan, Vice President ISTAF, and also President Malaysia Sepaktakraw Federation. Congratulations, Thailand! Once again, congratulations to Thailand. And now we move to the next event, is quadrant event. Ladies and gentlemen, third runner for the quadrant event goes to Myanmar.
We move our attentions to the quadrant event, which finished most recently. Two big finals tonight, the men's REGU and the men's quadrant. In the semi-finals earlier on today, disappointment for Myanmar. They pushed India all the way, only to lose by 2 sets to 1. Earlier on in the group, they'd beaten Thailand in the quarter-final. What a performance that was. But Myanmar, they're proving themselves to be taking Sepaktakraw seriously, really seriously. That's Mohammed Somali Redwan, Vice President of International Sepaktakraw Federation, to hand out the medals. And Haji Suranto, the President of the Indonesian Sepaktakraw Association, will be handing out the mascots. Myanmar's group, slightly easier. Comfortable, in inverted commas, victory over both China and Brunei. 2 sets to love on both occasions. And they've got a group of players and a squad of players who I suspect will be picking up honours in the world of takraw for years to come. Again, thanks to Dr. Mohammed Somali Redwan and Bapak Haji Suryanto.
Thank you, thank you, Bapak Dr. Haji Suryanto. Now we move to the next. For the second runner-up for the quadrant event goes to Vietnam.
Vietnam, gosh, they came close. 14-17, they lost to Malaysia in the semi-final. They were so close to making it to the final, where I'm sure they would have given India a really big fight. As it was, well, you can tell. Third is great, but you'd much rather been in the final. Nonetheless, Vietnam picking up the bronze medal alongside Myanmar. They beat Brunei in the quarterfinals. And in their group, they won all 3 games out of 3, so their one defeat came in that narrow defeat to Malaysia. Started off with a 2-1 victory over Japan. They also beat Thailand by 2-1. Difficult time for Thailand in this competition. Eliminated in the quarterfinals. That's not what Thais expect, although this is quadrant. They also beat Indonesia by 2-1. That was nip and tuck, because if Indonesia had won that match, then Vietnam might have been going home in the groups, but they prevailed in all 3 of their group matches. Then, as I say, Brunei before that epic, a mini epic, earlier this afternoon, or earlier this morning it was, in the match against Malaysia. Amir Huzami Deris, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer for Telecom Malaysia, and Dato Seri Abdul Pat Nayan, the Deputy President of the Malaysian Sepaktakraw Federation, proudly handing out the awards. Vietnam, there's a smile there. They'd much rather have been one of the next 2 teams on the podium.
Thank you, guaranteed. And now, first runner-up for the quadrant event goes to India.
Excellent performance by India, making it to the final. They were bronze medalists last year in Patna on home soil. They've gone one better this time, losing out to Malaysia in the final. 17-15, 15-10. Pushed Malaysia all the way. Quite the crowd, had their chances, it must be said, but just unable to take the victory. A good squad, coached by Sandeep and managed by Prithviraj Sahu. Coming out to hand out the prizes, the Honourable Chandran Babu Kavlikar, the president of the Sepaktakraw Federation of India, STFI, and Farid Kaleem, the deputy president of the International Sepaktakraw Federation, to hand out the mascots. Proud moment. I'd much rather be handing out the winners' medals, but this is an excellent performance, and this group of players is going to be around for a while. Ram Kumar Sharma, Malangamba Singh, Ashish, Bobby Kumar, Wahengbam Enery Singh, and Yumnam Akash on the extreme left. Real star of the show, as far as I'm concerned. Onto the managerial team of Sandeep, and lastly, but not least, Prithviraj Sahu. Plenty to be proud of in their performance. They've still, of course, got the REGU team competition, which gets underway tomorrow. Early hours. We're on court at 9 o'clock. Wherever you're watching this, hope you can join us for the team award.
Once again, congratulations to India!
Congratulations once again to India. Excellent performance, just falling short in the final. And mention, of course, to Chandrakant Babu Kavlikar, the president of the Sepaktakraw Federation of India, and Farid Kaleem. Without the organisers, without the support, the sport itself can't go on. And the crowd who have stayed have been waiting for what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes. Akash heads off, beaten but not bowed. Beaming smiles from the Malaysia team as they come forward to pick up the gold medal in the quadrant. First World Cup gold for Malaysia. Jeffrey Ahmed, Adil Ayman Azwari, Amrul Zazwan Amir, Fetri Azwadi, Shalil Ayman Halim, and Muhammad Afifuddin Razali. Proud members. Managerial team of Zulkan and Arif, the assistant coach, the manager Datu Abu Jimmy Samad, and the coach Ahmad Jais Bahrain. Very, very proud of this achievement. And Dr. Muhammad Tafiq Jahari, the Minister of Youth and Sport for Malaysia, accompanied by Datu Muhammad Samari Redwan, the Vice President of ISTAF, to hand out the awards and the Champions Medal for the first time to Malaysia. Going down the line, sponsors' caps dutifully put on. And thanks to TM for sponsoring this competition. Always got to mention the sponsors because they're so important to the successful running of these events. Tawfiq Johari, that's a very, very pleasurable experience to be able to hand out the winning medals. The TM ISTAF World Cup winners are Malaysia. For the first time, they've taken the Quadrant Championship. Only Thailand have been successful before in this competition. Now you add Malaysia onto that. And all that glitters on this occasion is gold. Malaysia, quadrant champion. Congratulations to Malaysia and to Thailand for the men's REGU championship. And do join us again as we get underway for the team REGU championship, which starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Here is the order of play starting tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We're on stage for Indonesia versus China, Malaysia versus India. Once again, not before 3 o'clock and not before 8 o'clock, China versus Brunei. It is the team championship tomorrow, where 3 regus, the depth of quality is really tested in the team championship. Hope you've enjoyed this historic day for Malaysian Sepaktakraw. Congratulations Thailand, a special congratulations to Malaysia. I'm Des Gorkill. This is the TM ISTAF Sepaktakraw World Cup from Kuala Lumpur 2026. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9.